Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new to this channel, this is the Caribbean Culture and Insights channel where we talk about topics and just about anything that are of interest to the Caribbean culture and its community. Well, we are in the midst of tax season. It's March 2023. And so in this video, we are going to talk about um, what happens if you want to add a dependent to your tax return and they do not have a social security number. I'm going to walk you through what to do if you'd like to add a dependent to your tax return and the person you are adding does not have a social security number. Let's assume that the person you're adding as a dependent is here in the US with you and their green card have been approved, but they have not received a social security number as yet. What should you do? Let's dive in. Especially if you're new to the United States. Hey guys, Mike Turbo. I don't know how much about sunlight like that.
Marketing.
Marketing, you're from the Caribbean as well? All right, welcome back. So, the IRS says in order for a person to qualify as a dependent on your tax return, they must have a tax ID. And so if your dependents do not have a social security number to use as a tax ID, what do you do? Here is what you do. First thing you want to do is up out to the IRS website. There we are. Okay. And so let me get my picture out of the way. All right, once you're out to the IRS website, what you want to do is just in their search box here, type in W-W7 and you'll get the screen. You'll need to download this W7 form and apply for a tax ID. Lucky you have already filled out this form to show you how it's done. So let's take a look at it. And there it is. It's an application for IRS individual taxpayer identification number. It's called an ITIN. Okay, so you need to fill this out and submit it along with your tax return. That's how you get a tax ID for the person that you're adding as a dependent. Once the IRS approves the application and assign a tax ID, they'll go ahead and process the tax return as well. So just remember that you're submitting two things. You're submitting this application and the tax return as well. You can't e-file the tax return. You have to mail it in, or if you're close to an IRS office, one of the locations I'm going to show you on the instruction, you can drop it off there in person as well. Right? So again, this is what the form looks like. You know, you fill in, you check. Oh, I forgot to tell you that if you're doing this for multiple persons, you need multiple forms. So one for each. In my example here, I assume that, I filed for my wife, and she came up from Jamaica. She's here, and green card is approved, and she just hadn't received her social security number as yet. So I'm filling this out. So in this box here in the first section here, you fill out, check off the box that says dependent of a U.S. citizen, meaning this person that you're applying for, the person which you're applying the tax ID for is a dependent of a U.S. citizen, me, right? And then you enter the relationship, which is my wife. Once I indicated that the person is my wife, spouse, and I'm going to put my name and my social security number. And then you come down the list and you add the information for the wife. First name, wife, last name, pal, my name, and then you fill out this box as well. First name again, and last name, the wife maiden name. Okay, so here it says name at birth if different, meaning if your last name is different. If your name is different when you were born, then it is today. And yes, it would be, because maiden name would be what she was born with, and then after the marriage, she took on my last name. And the address, assuming that the relatives are with you, you'd add your address, and you come down here. Birth information. This is the birth information of the person that you're submitting the application for. Add in the address, country of birth, then check off male or female. The person is a female. And what else? Other information. The country of citizenship, Jamaica. And what else? Then what type of identification that this person will use. It's a passport, and it's issued by Jamaica, what the passport number is, and the expiration date, and the date that the person entered in the United States. And next, you come down to line 6E and see where it says, have you previously received an ITN number? The answer is no. Right? Nothing else to do, so simply scroll down and sign the form. Now, who's signing the form? The person. If the person is over 18 that is submitting this application, that is the person need to sign the form. So in my case, it would be my wife. She would sign and date. If it was one of my children and they're under 18, then I would need to sign the form, since I'm the one that is petitioning for the mother and the child. Okay, and that is how you submit an application for a tax ID in order for a person to be your dependent. Now, if you need more information, you can download the instruction for this application. And so let me show you how to do that. So you come back to the IRS website, and this is where you download the application itself, which we did. So you come down to this line here, which is the instruction. And you click on the instruction, and it looks like that. So you don't have to read the whole thing. If you have the time, you can do. But basically, the way the form's set up, it give a little blurb as a content. You can jump right to the content, and it will. This is just development and what's new on the form and things like that. Every year, the IRS try to modify their form. It talks about the general instruction for the form, the purpose of the form, and who is eligible to complete this form. And then you can come down to the line numbers, tell you how to fill out the actual lines. Okay, there we go. Line 1 starts there. So here you go, line instructions. And then you're just gonna read the line 1A, line 1B, line 2, and each line, the instruction will tell you what to do on each line. Okay, and remember, you can't e-file, you mail this form along with your tax return. And again, once the application is processed and the tax ID is assigned, then the IRS will process the tax return at the same time. All right. And again, the tip is if you're within the 11 weeks period, just forget about the dependents, file the tax return so you meet the deadline, and then you come back and you amend the tax return and then include the form with the amendment. And the reason you're amending it is to add the dependents, or I should say, you amend the tax return, add the dependents or dependent, and then you submit this form and the tax return together. Okay, that's how you do it. That is if you want to go this route. You don't have to do it because I think the video is clear enough. Fairly simple form to fill out. All right. So I hope this video helps you if you're in this position or if you know someone that is in this position. Don't forget to like, share, and comment. Don't keep it all by yourself. Okay. So until then, see you and